Okay, hey guys, welcome back to Cute Demon Crashers. Woo! Okay, so last time we got together with Mirari. Woo! And also last time we were debating on whether to go for Kale or Orias. I think this time we're gonna go for Orias. So let's get started. Woo! New game. Let's do this friggin' PK. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Woo! Okay, and okay, here we are. Woo! All right. What is he doing? Orias is sitting at the table, scooping what looks like a tea blend into silk bags. Once he's done, he skillfully ties it up and places it in a growing pile. Is that the tea you served to me earlier? This is something entirely different. It's ginger peach with vanilla.
Would you like to try one?
Sure! Nodding, he closes the jar containing the blend, and he heads over to the kitchen counter with one of the tea bags. I glance at the pile. Many of them are simple white ones, but a few are embroidered with lattice patterns. When did you pick up your tea hobby?
When did I?
Paris. Tea was becoming popular in Paris centuries ago. Many of the nobles I had trysts with drank it. Once its popularity spread to England, that was when it became interested in its different preparations and flavors. Many of the tea bags are gifts from souvenirs from my travels.
Here you go.
Yay! He blows gently on a dainty cup, then offers it to me. I take it and bring it to my nose, inhaling softly. It smells nice. Orias props his elbows on the table, observing my movements. After the tea cools down, I take a sip. I can taste the peach with the hint of spicy ginger, but I can't taste the vanilla?
Try closing your eyes.
I do so and continue to drink. It's then I detect the creamy smoothness that lingers. Oh, I can taste it now. It's very subtle, but it's there. I keep pressing the scroll wheel on my mouse. When you block out one sense, the others heighten. I'm still balancing out the proportions. Thank you for your feedback. Nah, you're more attuned to this than I am. He returns to preparing the tea bags, and I curiously watch his nimble fingers work. You're really good at tying. I made a good decision! I made a good decision to pick him next! I have a boner! Oh boy. I can't, man! I can't! I cover my mouth when I realize I shot Orias' face with my tea. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's quite alright.
My timing was off. I wanted to find a way to be upfront with you about my sexual interests in case you were considering me.
I'm not trying to dissuade you, but...
It's something to be mindful of when weighing your options.
Excuse me.
I'll go wash myself off now. Of course, sorry about that. He gets up and leaves, and I sip my tea with a guilty conscience. A few moments later, I hear a roar in the other room. What happened to you, new technique? Sorry, Orias, this is a rare sight. Mirari, you need to see this. Oh, Jesus. What is everyone blabbing about? That's a whole new look for you. I'm delighted that you're highly amused by this. Face beat red, I gulped my tea down. Good job, PK. Oh, jeez. Oh, you're all the way over here now in my... Why the hell are you in my room? As much as I like to spend more time with them, I can't ignore my studies. I crack open my textbook and find the required chapter. I know there'll be a pop quiz the day I get back. The minutes melt away as I jot down notes. A knock on the door frame jolts me out of my trance. Yes? Come in.
Hello.
We've noticed that you've been absorbed for quite some time. I thought you'd appreciate a pick-me-up. Yay! He places a small tray with jam, toast, and tea on the desk. When I lift the cup, he shies away. I promise I won't spray you in the face this time. And I won't speak while you're drinking. Deal. What are you studying? Is it related to your education? History. I haven't declared a major yet, so I'm picking courses that sound interesting and go from there. I find I like factual stuff. Right now I'm studying the French Revolution.
Has it really been that long?
How nostalgic. Wait, were you there during that time? I left prior to the events and stayed in London. However, news did spread. We incubi and succubi try to avoid getting entangled in human affairs, although Mirari likes to claim she has nothing to do with the free love movement during the Victorian era. What was France like while you stayed there? What did you do there?
Well,
I set a bedroom on fire and to help a noblewoman fake her death and escaped her arranged marriage. Amazing. And I thought you avoided human affairs.
try is the key word.
Orias sits on the edge of my bed, recalling events and memories. I scribbled down the tidbits related to the pre-revolution. Thanks for that. It's pretty surreal to talk to someone who lived during that time. Ah, shit. Okay, there we go. There we go. For once, the scroll wheel on my mouse was useful. I'm glad to be of assistance. It's been a while since I remembered the past. I hope my story has made sense. Also... I want to apologize, not just for the tea incident, but for getting the wrong idea about your interests. Before, I thought people who were into kinky stuff were all cruel sadists who would love dominating people against their will. Whips and dungeons, the whole shebang. Oh, jeez.
No, nothing like that.
Oh, jeez. There are misconceptions surrounding my practices, yes, but I assure you that it is completely untrue. My role as the dominant includes responsibility and being considerate for my partners. Nothing pleases me more than fulfilling their needs. Preach it! My partners have the real power. If they request dungeons and whips, I'd be happy to provide, though. Oh god, the boner's getting harder. I can't believe you have a dungeon on standby.
What can I say?
Oh god, yep. Good decision to pick this guy. Very, very good decision. Thanks for clearing things up.
My pleasure.
I don't want people to be repulsed due to a misunderstanding. He takes the empty plate and drains teacup.
I'll leave you to your studies.
Thank you. How can I study with that on my mind? Holy frick! Okay, let's skip all that. And... okay. And he's in my bedroom again. Let's go.
Studying again?
Finishing up. Thanks for the coffee earlier. I know it's not your forte, but I really needed it. I spot a book in his hand. Reading as well?
Yes.
As much as I enjoy reading through your father's miniature library, the subjects are becoming a little monotonous. I noticed your bookshelf here earlier. May I browse? Of course. Just keep in mind I rarely read, so... They're all children's books. The selection hasn't changed in years. I remember where many of these were first released. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Heidi, Treasure Island. My parents loved classical literature and would buy those for me every year. I remember asking, why couldn't Dorothy just use the GPS on her cell phone to find Emerald City? And Mom declared modern technology ruined everything. Did they read to you a lot? Not really. I preferred video games. Yourself? Did you always love reading? He puts The Wonderful Wizard of Oz and looks over it fondly. One of my previous partners was an actor in a playing company back in London. Before you made love, he'd practice reciting lines for me. His voice was soothing but captivating, and you'd hang on to every word. He'd also read books out loud. I know many people consider reading a solitary pastime, but I find it just as enjoyable sharing them. Since I'm done studying, would you like to read to me?
Me?
Of course you. I think you already have a lovely voice, and you have a relaxing presence.
I'll do my best.
I climb into bed, then pat the spot next to me. You want me beside you? There's illustrations in the book, after all.
So that's your excuse.
However, Crisis and climbs into the bed. Once we make ourselves cozy, Orias opens to the first page. Are you okay with this arrangement? I lean in as an answer, and he chuckles. I'm glad you're comfortable around me.
Forgive me.
It's rare that I interact with humans outside the copulation nowadays. Forgive me if I seem rusty or aloof. Why is that? Or the whole interaction thing. From what you've told me, you sound very involved with your past lovers. I was, until I left someone broken-hearted. We possessed feelings, but as incubi, we're unable to experience love in a romantic sense. Therefore, when someone starts getting too attached, I stop seeing them. I don't want them to end up hurt. Aww, dude. I understand. If it helps, I respect your wishes. Would it be too much to consider you a friend?
No, I quite like that.
I've enjoyed spending time with you.
You can trust me.
If you decide to pick me tonight, I promise I'll give you a wonderful experience. You can trust me. Aw, thank you. I shyly glance down at the book and he does the same. I apologize for going off topic. Dorothy lived in the midst. Aw, they're so cute. Alright. And let's just skip all of that. And Orias, let's do this, buddy boy. Woo. Yeah, I can speak. Orias averts his eyes, not expecting an answer. I pick Orias. Wow. It's rare for him to be picked for the first time. Oh, look, he's secretly pleased.
Anyway, to be honest.
I didn't expect to be a potential suitor, let alone picked.
Thank you.
I promise to give you a memorable experience. He may seem cold, but he's very sweet. He'll treat you well. I guess it's time to let you two be then.
Later.
Okay. Remember, the safe word is Redwick. Okay, but red is a very common safe word when it comes to BDSM. The more you know. Anyway. What?
Please don't say things like that.
I'll explain later. So, foremost, this would be an opportune time for you to relax and prepare. I highly suggest a bath, considering what I already have planned for tonight. Is it gonna get kinky? I really wanted it to get kinky. You sure thought this out thoroughly for someone who didn't expect to be picked.
I had a slim hope you would.
I can't, man. I can't. Since you're new to this, everything we'll do will be extremely tame under my usual standards. I promise you can feel safe with me. Thank you, Orias. I'll take your advice then. See you in a bit.
Oh.
Are there any allergies I should be aware of? Unless you plan to bring bees into the bedroom, I should be okay. Duly noted. I knock on the door. Can I come in?
Everything is ready.
I open and step into the dim bedroom. Yellow candles are scattered around, their flickering seemingly off. Next to my bed is an assortment of items, but are cleverly covered under a silk cloth, leaving me to speculate. Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. How nice. Wait, the candles are LED? How current. After a certain incident, Mirari swears by them and I simply followed suit. That sounds like a story and a half. It's then I finally register that he has removed his jacket, exposing more of the leather he has around his chest. I tug on the strap. I can't. Oh, God. I've been reading like all day because I've been doing a one-day playthrough of all this. Hoo boy. Do I look okay?
Exquisite.
I feel my face heat up. I've never been described as exquisite before. He takes my hand and guides me to my bed. When Aki mentioned red earlier...
Yes.
Ah, yes. I was about to go over what I have planned for you, and the use of a safe word. A safe word is basically something you say to stop immediately. Wouldn't just saying stop work in this situation?
How to say this?
In my line of practices, stop doesn't always mean what it should. To avoid confusion, we agree on a word that normally wouldn't be said during sex. Oh, so like, cucumber.
You'll be surprised.
I can't, man. I can't. I was kidding. I found in recent decades, red is commonly used. When I hear it, all activity will cease. Is that agreeable? Sounds good to me, but now I'm a little nervous. What are you planning?
Nothing advanced.
Sensation play. I'll tease your senses using temperatures or textures. Possibly with some light restraint. Oh, fuck, there is my boner. Yep.
Remember the tea?
Remember when you closed your eyes to detect the vanilla in the tea? Oh, yes!
It's the same idea.
Oh man, oh jeez, oh god, oh man, choosing this guy was a good idea. And is there anything I have to do?
You can relax.
Everything will be carefully controlled. He glances at the bed and my eyes follow. There's a large towel spread out, and in its center lies a silk scarf and a sleeping mask. Oh man, here we go.
How would you like to start?
Blindfolded or with bound wrists? God! Wrist tied first. Yeah. This sounds so kinky, but tie me up. Will you chain me to something? No, not for the first session. I'll be simply restricting your arm movements, but I'll keep the knot loose. Thank you. Also, it'd be best to remove your chemist now since we won't be able to remove it once you're bound. Yes. After I'm exposed, he instructs me to lie down on my back, and he lifts my arms above my head. He leans over and ties my wrists softly to with the silk scarf. The sensation cool against my skin. After wriggling a finger into the knot, he tugs it slightly.
How does it feel?
Perfect. I rub my wrists together to demonstrate I have a healthy circulation, and he nods in approval. Now what?
Your choice.
What would you like to experience first? Something cold, something warm, or something ticklish? Good question. I never actually done something like this before with an... Actually, scratch that. Scratch what I just said entirely. Yes, that'll be struck from the record. Anyway, something warm. Warm. Is it like warm or hot warm?
Don't worry.
Just above your body temperature warm. Don't worry. I always test on myself before I pour the candle wax on someone else. Everything about the product is organic, but I'd like to test a small area to make sure your skin doesn't have a bad reaction. We'll start on your back since it's not as sensitive as your front. It feels a little silly with my drinks, but I roll over. A pleasant sugary vanilla scent fills the air, and I inhale it. Is that the wax? It smells lovely. Yeah. Yes, I thought it'd delight your senses. Even I'm far from vanilla myself. This has been relaxing, BDSM session so far.
You're new to this.
So I'm doing my best to make this an inviting experience for you.
Perfect. Please let me know.
However, your sensitivity will be different from mine. Please let me know if it's too hot or uncomfortable.
This is the test.
So no surprises for me just yet. I'll pour a bit on your shoulder. Vanilla invades my senses again, and a spoonful of the mildly warm wax drips onto my skin. Kinda hot, but not scalding. He disperses the wax by rubbing it and I moan happily. Oh, I like that. It starts hot and spreads out just in time so it doesn't hurt. I'll let it cool a bit more so it can let the drops linger too. It doesn't itch or anything? Nope. And your skin doesn't appear irritated. We'll go with this then. You're very thorough and caring. I wouldn't do anything to a submissive that I wouldn't perform on myself. He drips more wax between my shoulder blades, and the warm sensation continues down my back. Half the fun of guessing where and when and how much he applies. Whenever I think I have the pattern down, Orias changes it up.
Would you like to turn over?
It'll be a bit more sensitive on your stomach and chest. Sure, let's go for it. I trust you. I roll over, thankful for the towel keeping the bed untouched. I open my eyes briefly, seeing Orias holding a small tin with a little spoon sticking out. Ah, that's how he did it. I close my eyes again.
I'll keep this part short.
Since your skin is probably very sensitive now. I gasp when wax dribbles down my breast and rolls down my stomach. It's not as warm as it was previously, but it feels mild against my skin. The burning sensation only lasts a second, like sticking your toe in a hot tub before you submerge completely. My muscles tighten only briefly, then relax once the wax cools against my skin, and Orias occasionally dilutes the wax with his rubs.
There.
Done. any more and this would take longer to do. What would take? Oh. Gentle nails dig into my skin, peeling off the hardened wax. I sigh as his fingers graze up and down before massaging my stomach to fully show it's wax-free.
How does it feel?
How do you feel so far? He wriggles a finger between the knotted scarf, making sure it isn't cutting off my circulation.
Would you like your eyes covered?
Yes! Yes! Let's go the whole way.
I love your enthusiasm.
I close my eyes and I feel the sleep mask slide over my head.
How was that?
Comfortable and not too tight, but it won't fall off either. I think your body's quite warmed up now, so I have one last thing to try with you. Yeah, it would be nice for you to strip. Wait. I've been practically naked this whole time, and, well, you're still in your window pants. That's a new term. I'm guessing you'll feel better if I took them off. I nod.
I guess it's only fair.
Yes! I feel the sleep mask lift up my forehead before he stuck up his back. Yeah! He starts by unbuckling the strap around his chest, letting it slide down his body before removing it completely. With one swift motion, he loosens the belt and removes his pants. Nice! Exactly what I'm feeling! That piercing must have hurt.
Which one?
God damn it, dude. He smirks and I chuckle as my eyes travel over his frame. And you're cute.
Cute.
I admit I've been described as many things, but cute wasn't one of them. Well, you're cute now. If you can call me exquisite, I can call you cute.
I'm honored.
I'm honored to be seen as cute in your eyes, then.
I hope you enjoyed the show.
You bet the player playing this game did. Oh, yeah. He winks, then places the sleep mask over my eyes again. I hear his footsteps away, followed by the sound of tin scraping against wood. Is he at my bookcase? He turns and the bed shifts under his weight again.
Ready?
It's a surprise this time. I inhale, wondering what part of my body he'll touch next. I feel something. Thick drizzle between my breasts, warm and gooey. A scent fills the air, but before I can identify it, he starts licking me sensually. I can sense his face hovering close before me, then his lips brush against mine. The kiss is deep, and I inhale in response. The taste of chocolate floods my mouth. I moan from the realization. His tongue starts to the corners of my mouth. Sorry, I'm having a hard time focusing because of things. Oh boy. Oh boy, okay. His tongue starts to the corner of my mouth before traveling back down between my chest. Once all the chocolate has been removed, he flutters downward, alternating between warm kisses and hot breaths. When he reaches my navel, his lips close around it and I feel incredible suction and nothing else, is when I know what he's trying to hint.
Should I keep going?
Yeah, go for the oral, dude. Yes. He plants a firm kiss under my navel before resuming his destination. His fingers touch the lace of my panties, then he gently pulls them down. My stomach coils from the closing distance, and his lips brush the tips of my pubic hair. After a deep breath, I widen my legs a little, and he begins massaging my inner thighs.
I'm glad you enjoyed the sensation play.
With long, broad strokes, he parts my lower lips, licking each side tenderly. I turn my head to the side, my body highly sensitive to every movement. The coiling sensation tightens like a spring, and every stroke and lick sends jolts up and down my body. His tongue narrows and traces along my entrance, and I start to squirm, my hips unable to keep still. Orias continues his up and down motions, that gradually increasing his movements and applies more pressure against me. I feel the lightest suction as his mouth brushes upward towards my clit, and I inhale in anticipation. Being bited only adds a sweet layer of pleasure. Unable to adjust myself or clutch onto the sheets, instead my fingers tighten into fists in response. Orias flattens his tongue and seizes my clit with unhurried licks. I moan softly, depending on his angles. Eventually, I'm unable to pick up the subtle touches as my mind becomes hazy from the increasing pleasure. My legs shift and my pelvis arches against him, not wanting him to let up the rhythm. Flashes of heat radiate from my core all the way up to my trembling fingers and down to my curled toes. I moan, my head pushing against my raised arms. I shudder and feel release, my body shivering, and I take A deep gulp of air. I can't tell if I'm sinking into the bed or the bed had vanished. I feel so light. Orias? I'm here, and I'll remove everything. I feel my hand a hand caressing my forehead, wiping away the sweat.
Enjoyed yourself?
Did I ever? Chuckling, he carefully removes the bindings and blindfold, making sure that my wrists are okay. I'll clean you up now, so you can relax. Honestly, that's all I can do at this point. A few minutes later, I'm leaning against Orias, who was sitting up and occasionally sipping tea. Myself, I have water to help stay hydrated. Orias carefully guides me through aftercare, making sure I feel mentally and physically fine after an intense session. Was all this really sex?
Well, what do you think we did?
I think about it, then I feel my face heat up. Reflecting over the activities, I sip my water and Orias chuckles softly at my reaction.
Thank you.
Moreover, I got well nourished from you. Also, was there anything I could do better, if there's ever a next time? Well, you were great, but at the same time, it felt distant. For me, the ultimate form of... Sorry, I need a drink of water. Be right back. Oh boy, sorry. Like I said, I've been recording this all day and been reading things all day, so my throat was a bit dry. Anyway. Distant, for me, the ultimate form of pleasure is being able to satisfy my partner.
Then...
He places a hesitant kiss on my forehead, then pulls away. I wonder if he's not used to affection outside of sex. Thank you. I'm still exhausted from the session, and I feel myself sag against him, sensing I'm ready to pass out. Orias takes my mug and places it on the nightstand. My head feels a comfortable spot on his shoulder, and I close my eyes. Before sleeps overtake me, I feel a hand wrap around me. Oh, I'm so cute! Whew, alright. Oh boy, okay. Then it's up to the epilogue, and then after that, stuff. Yes. Yes. Okay. Kinda wish you can skip the credits after seeing all of them, but oh well, what can you do? Yay, okay. I drag my feet as I walk home from university. Even a week after my spring break, I find myself thinking of Orias. If I close my eyes, I can almost hear his voice.
Huh?
Huh? Ah! I spin around and let out a gasp. Orias, how did you find me? Considering your house and education, I had a faint idea, but I didn't know your schedule. However, I'm glad I was able to see you. He holds up a small container tied with a pretty ribbon on top. I thought you might have missed my specialty tea, so I brought some. I have! Your tea is exquisite. I actually have something for you, too. Is it still in my purse? Phew, I carry it around in case I ever saw you again. After putting his gift into my bag, I present a small item bundled in tissue paper. He takes it and carefully unwraps it, revealing a silicone leaf lid attached to a tiny steel basket.
What is this?
And this is a modern tea infuser. If you put it in your teacup, the leaf will bob up and down. He holds it up, scrutinizing it if he has a profound comment to say, then lowers his hand.
It's cute.
Thank you. Aw, so cute. Yay! It appears you missed something other than my tea. Yeah.
I promise that the feeling is mutual.
If you wish, I could visit you more often. I like that. However, I have 2 requests.
And what's that?
I stand on my tippy toes and deliver a light peck on his cheek. I'd like to see a little more affection from you.
I'm satisfied with that arrangement.
And... can I do things for you in bed?
You'd like
Sorry, throat's a bit dry again. It's also been a while since I've done Let's Plays in general. So, whew. Oh boy. You'd like to? I admit my preferences are a little unusual, so I rarely disclose it to my new partners. Try me! He leans down and his whisper tickling my ear. His answer causes me to blush when he pulls away. I glance at the piercing in his ears, realizing it makes sense. Well, I could always start off with a few simple things. Remember, there's no rush. We can take our time with these arrangements. Now, regarding with the first request. He hesitantly kisses my forehead, then glances away. I smile and take his hand, content with the sincere attempt. Aw, that's cute! Yeah, no rush. Aw, that was so cute! Okay! We have everyone, almost. We just need to get with Kale and then... I don't know what happens afterward, but... Thank you so much for watching. It's been great. It's been fun. Until next time, guys. See ya! Bye!